Hello, everyone. Welcome back to GameStack Podcast right here on We Just Love Games Network. You are listening to episode 175, Don't Be Like Shaline. I'm your co-host, Vendertron, and joining me today, as always, is Shaline. Hello, Shaline. How are you, my dear?
Hi. It's been a week.
Yeah.
It's been a week. Raise your hand if you've been personally victimized by this week. Yes. Yes, it's been a week.
What happened? I mean, maybe don't tell me what happened, or
all
like,
sorts of things happened.
Do you want to talk
personal
about it?
stuff, work stuff. Should we talk about our show title? Do you want that story?
I think people need some context, probably.
Okay.
Yes. Yeah.
While Don't Be Like Shaline seems like pretty solid general advice to me, this comes from a specific thing that happened this week. Okay, I am violently allergic to chrysanthemums. Like kryptonite levels of allergy. Just like you wave a
Really?
chrysanthemum at me, and I'm like,
Okay.
and so I work at a city hall, and um there's a senior center that's part of the city hall larger structure, and one of the local Trader Joe's donates flowers to the senior center, and they give them out to the seniors, and it makes them happy, and it's lovely. It's a very nice thing.
Right.
And sometimes when there are more flowers than there are seniors, the senior center director will bring some to the staff as well,
I think
to brighten up our offices.
Where this is going.
Well, where it's going is that there were about 20 pots of chrysanthemums in my office. And everybody was so excited about it. They were beautiful, beautiful chrysanthemums, bright yellow chrysanthemums, just lovely. And everybody had like 2 pots on their desk. They were in the break room, all the common areas. And I was like, well, I mean, this will be fine. Like I'll just shut my door and this will be fine.
Yeah, of course.
Friends, it was not fine. It was not fine.
Was this you, Shaline? Is this you?
Yes.
This
yes,
is you.
that was me. He's showing a gif of Lisa Simpson being allergic to everything. It got pretty bad. I was pretty miserable, and I had texted Archon about it, just telling him what was going on, and that I didn't want to bother anybody, and he was like,
is it like EpiPen level allergy?
Not quite, but my lungs hurt for the rest of the day.
Interesting.
So, like, I didn't need to be hospitalized.
Yeah.
I woke up and my eyelids were still swollen today.
Oh my God.
My chest still hurts a little bit, actually. But I told him about it, and he was like, there is aerosolized death all around you. Tell someone. So I told my boss, I was like, hey, like, I'm really sorry about this, because I didn't want to bother anybody. The flowers are making everybody so happy. But I am wildly allergic to chrysanthemums, and I am suffering very badly right now. He was like, oh God. He went around and like talked to everybody. It was like, hey, Shaline's violently allergic to these flowers. Can we just move them, lock them in the conference room, and everybody can take them home at the end of the day? So we locked him in the conference room. And about 10 minutes later, I get an email on my work email. My work computer is only work stuff.
Yeah.
And my Outlook pops up an email with the subject line, "Don't be like Shaline." And I click through, and it's a gif of Will Smith in that movie. I forget which movie it was, where he had the allergic reaction. His eyes completely swollen shut, and he's like chugging Benadryl straight out of the bottle. So it was good natured, but there was an email that went out that said, "Don't be like Shaline," around to my office.
Well, I wouldn't tell if your eyes are still swollen, because your makeup is totally on point today. So
Hitch. Thank you, Salior. That movie was Hitch.
Yeah, Hitch. Man, that is a story.
Yeah, it felt like an assassination attempt.
Yeah, well, it could have been. Could have been. Like, can you imagine a workers' compensation claim because of chrysanthemums?
It was pretty rough. Yeah. I did actually like I had problems putting on my makeup this morning because my eyelids were so swollen. Like I had to do it a little differently. And
Gosh. And then you had dental work this week,
I did have
which
some
was
dental
like
work
a
this
whole other
week.
level of swelling. And like,
Mm-hmm.
yeah.
It wasn't as bad as the last time though. So there's that. Last time I wasn't even able to podcast. It was so
Yeah,
painful.
that was brutal. Yeah.
So
Well, I'm glad
mhm.
that neither of us have headaches today.
Me too.
We
That's
are excited to
wonderful.
get into our GameStack challenge this week. We're also going to talk about the news. We have some of updates on the stock market as well.
I just
And
realized I have chrysanthemums on my shirt. It's like a floral print shirt.
oh,
The
you
little chrysanthemum
do.
right there.
You do.
Yeah.
That's the only type of chrysanthemum that is safe for you. You should wear that to. Oh, you did wear that to work today.
I did, yeah, I did.
Did you do that as sort of like a
It was
nod?
entirely on accident, entirely accidental. Yeah. Um, Archon also got me a beautiful bouquet of flowers for Valentine's Day last week, right? Very, very sweet. It was chrysanthemums. So yeah, they went to
Oh
our
no.
nice elderly neighbor. Um,
Um,
he replaced them with some lovely carnations. So
I'm gonna send you a fake chrysanthemum
I'm
for
gonna open it and be
Christmas.
like,
Yeah, it'll be like a placebo effect. Anyways, let's do a show. The show is sponsored by Oak and Crow Coffee. If you head on over to oakandcrow.com, you can pick up a bag of We Just Love Coffee blend, and $2 from every purchase of that blend goes to the Children's Miracle Network. Don't forget to tell your friends about the show and get them here live every Friday, 6:30 p.m. Mountain Standard Time, 8:30 Eastern Standard Time, twitch.tv/We Just Love Games. And if you missed the live show, that's okay because we are a podcast. So we put it out on all the major podcast platforms and you can listen to it after the fact.
eventually.
Eventually, yes. The Discord has been quite busy this week. The week before, it was filled entirely with birthdays. And this week it's been filled with global warming and peer support. We're helping RMS Titanic get a new job. That's our job now is
Yes.
to help him shape his resume. I've been posting like crazy in the Animal Crossing channel. Did you see the adorable dancing, my little dance-a-thon that I had yesterday
I
morning?
did. It was so cute.
Look at this. Look at this.
So cute. And his living room is just adorable. You guys, it's adorable.
It's the best. I was just like in my house doing my thing, and then I was like, hey, I really like this jingle. Like, this is really good. I want to listen to this. So anyways, yeah, I've been posting a lot in the Animal Crossing. I also came across there's a guy on YouTube called Clay Case Slider, which is sort of a parody on KK Slider, which is the musician in Animal Crossing. And he has a whole set of cover songs of like popular songs. And it's so good. You guys should check it out. Animal Crossing
So that's
channel in
like
our
KK
Discord.
Slider style
Yeah, like,
popular music.
let me give you a preview. That's KK's voice. He's super cute. He's a little white pup. He brings his guitar to your island on Sundays, and he has a little, coffee shop soiree in front of the plaza.
KK Slider is the cutest. One of the funny things about him, though, is that he's like the only one of the anthropomorphic animals that wears no clothes.
I know, right? It's really weird. It's funny that you should say that because that was the first thing that Carlos said when I showed him, my partner. He was like, why doesn't he have clothes on and everyone else has clothes? I'm like, I don't know.
Right?
I don't know.
It wouldn't be weird if there were other ones who didn't wear clothes, but everyone else wears clothes. I don't know.
Anyways, we're doing a show. We got some news to talk about. We got some gameplay, some stocks. We're going to cap off things with our own gameplay. And I think that's the list. I think I'm just repeating myself now. So let's hop right into it with this just in. Over to you, Shaline.
As always, huge shout out to Joseph Tao. We appreciate you putting the news together for us every week so that we don't miss a thing. We are going to open up with some talk about Elden Ring. It's been a minute, I feel like, since Elden Ring has been in the news, but they have announced a Shadow of the Erd Tree DLC. This is an IGN article by Mitchell Saltzman, and Elden Ring is going to be getting this new map that is the size of Limgrave or larger, and it focuses on Miquella's past. I think Miquella is like one of the end bosses. I don't know. I didn't make it that far in
You made
Elden
it
Ring.
like 3 hours into Elden Ring, right?
I played a bunch of Elden Ring and I accomplished nothing. Like I played probably a few hours of Elden Ring, more than 3, I think, but it was not enough to actually achieve much.
So
I was still in the starting area, but
so they've got a new map coming. That's what you're telling me.
Yes, and the game's director Hidetaka Miyazaki has given an interview to discuss some of the new things that will be appearing. We're not going to go through all of this because this is a very long article. I do recommend checking out this IGN article if you are a big Elden Ring fan and you want to know the details. But I wanted to scroll through a bit of it. So the interviewer asks, can you set the stage for us with Shadow of the Erd Tree? Where's it taking place? What's the story going to be about? And Miyazaki says, first of all, the setting of Shadow of the Erd Tree is a brand new land. It is a brand new map separate from the lands between. It is a land that is overshadowed by the particular shadow of the Erd Tree, as opposed to the Erd Tree in the lands between. It takes place on an entirely separate, physically separate map, so you will have to have a warp to get there. And in terms of setting and themes, it occupies the same space, the same universe as the lands between. But due to something story-related that we won't reveal today, this has become physically disconnected, and you will travel to the Shadow of the Erd Tree land as a separate place. And you will walk the steps of Miquella. Miquella is a key part of the story, and the person in the art that was released earlier is Miquella, and it is he. Oh, Miquella's a dude. Okay, he who has traveled to the land of shadow, and it's the players who will be tracing his path and following in his footsteps, trying to see what he's going to do there. Another axis of the story is Queen Marika and what she did in the land of Shadow, and what led Miquella to follow her there. So this does go on for many pages. We're not going to dive into everything, but it's going to be a big DLC. It is going to be significant, and it's going to give Elden Ring players an awful lot of new experiences. So I should get back into this game. I should try it again.
It looks great. Like I'm gonna put it on my wish list and see if I can grab it for like $10.
Well, Vendor, the things that appealed to me about Elden Ring were the same things that appealed to me about Breath of the Wild. So something about the way you explore the world in this game felt very, very similar to me, to the way that you approach Breath of the Wild. Of course, the gameplay itself, the combat is vastly different, but it's a brilliant game. It's a great RPG. I did play enough to see that it is a fantastic game that is well worthy of the praise that it's gotten. But yeah, I if we're being honest, I'm bad at games, and I don't think we've ever tried to represent that in any other light.
We play great games badly.
And Souls-like games are hard. They're hard, Thunder.
Yeah.
So I was yeah. I would like to try it again.
I feel like Elder Scrolls would be a great, like, can you play it together with people? Is it
Elden Ring, you mean?
Yeah. Did I say Elden Scrolls?
You said Elder Scrolls, yeah.
Elden Scrolls.
I believe there is a multiplayer aspect to Elden Ring.
Because I was just thinking, like, this would be the kind of game that I would expect to see like Elder Scrolls, in that it has a
I
very strong online presence.
I bought it on Xbox, and Rick was annoyed because he bought it on PC, so I couldn't play with him. So
That's
there must
fair.
be a multiplayer aspect to it.
Possibly.
Speaking of games that we would love to play together and have played many, many hours together, Sea of Thieves is coming to PlayStation, you guys. Last week, we reported on 4 Xbox games that had yet to be named that would be coming to other platforms. And GamesIndustry.biz has this article by Chris Scullion that gives us the deets. So, according to Xbox's Matt Booty, these titles are Obsidian's Pentiment, which will be coming to Nintendo Switch and PlayStation 4 and 5, and Grounded. And also Hi-Fi Rush will be coming to PlayStation, and Sea of Thieves will be on PlayStation in April. Matt Booty said, as a publisher and platform, we are committed to meeting players where they are by bringing more games to more people on more devices. And I am so, so excited for our Sony brethren to have the opportunity to explore Sea of Thieves. This game is a wonderful thing to experience. It's a great, great time. And I'm so glad, so glad that more people get to play it.
I feel like the majority of people who are going to play it on PS5 have already played it on Xbox or PC.
Do you think so?
And they're like, I'm just going to get a second copy for my PS5.
I feel like there are a lot of people who are locked in on PlayStation hardware who, only want or can only afford one console each generation. And
That's true. That's true.
I think those people are going to be really excited to be able
Yeah.
to get a chance to check this out.
I mean, the timing is right, Shaline, because like Sea of Thieves is beginning to run its course, I think. They're on their 10th season now, I think, right? Yeah.
No idea.
And they've partnered with Disney, and they've done all of this great content. It's time to explore other platforms. Yeah.
You know who I'm thinking of in particular when I'm excited for PS5 players is Captain Bones. Captain Bones plays on PlayStations.
Oh, I miss him.
And his whole thing is pirates, right? Like that's his thing.
Yeah.
And now he can play Sea of Thieves.
Man, whatever
play
happened
Sea of
to
Thieves
Captain
with
Bones?
us, Captain Bones.
Send us an email.
Yeah,
send us some
we
mail.
miss you, Captain Bones.
Yeah.
I don't know if he still listens, but he is still alive and well out there. I see him on social media now and again. So.
Nice.
Yeah.
Man, I want to play some Sea of Thieves.
What I want to do is like play Sea of Thieves the day that it launches on PlayStation so that I can be better than some people for a little while, for a couple of days.
Who knows? Maybe that's, well, I mean, but you play on controller when you play
I do, yeah.
on PC, so it wouldn't really be.
Well, I'm thinking of that day like when Archon played with us and he had been playing on controller and he had to relearn the controls on keyboard.
Yeah.
And I was better than him at the game for like a day. And that was like the best day. It was so much fun.
I know what game you are better at than anybody I've ever known.
Oh?
And that is Overcooked.
I disagree.
You guys, this woman can chop lettuce like nobody's business.
Overcooked is so fun. There is somebody knocking at my door. Can you take the next article while I check this out?
Sure, yeah. Be safe, make good choices. Okay, so Shaline normally does this, but I'm just gonna do it anyways. Pal World has surpassed 25 million players in its first month. The game that has had a tumultuous reputation for stepping on the toes of the coveted Pokemon game has now sold around 15 million copies on Steam, while the Xbox version has around 10 million players. Sales figures haven't been specified for Xbox while the game is available to buy on the Xbox Store. It's also available on Xbox Game Pass, so it is expected that a significant number of players will have accessed it through the subscription service. Now, this article comes to us from VGC by Chris Scullion, and he also goes on to say that Pocket Pair has pointed out that Steam user reviews are rated mostly positive for Palworld, and there's currently just over 260,000 user reviews on Steam, of which 245,000 are positive, or around 91%. And these new figures suggest that the game's growth has slowed somewhat in terms of popularity, but not to a drastic degree. By February 1st, it had sold 12 million copies on Steam and 7 million on Xbox, which means that it actually gained another 6 million players, 3 million on each platform just in over 3 weeks, which is pretty good. That's pretty good. The game's community manager has attempted to temper expectations for regular updates by telling fans to try to play other games while you're waiting for new content. And this came out in a lengthy post on Twitter, and goes by the username of Bucky. And he said in a to drop in. They said that the drop in concurrent Steam players since launch is an okay thing, because Palworld isn't the sort of game that is regularly giving players new content, and instead advising players to get comfortable with playing something else instead while you're waiting. And I feel like that is not said enough.
I love that attitude. I love it.
Shaline, there is enough to go around for everyone. Step away from something and play something else.
There's so many games.
Yeah.
There's so many games. Yeah. Play something else for a while. By the way, it was just Amazon, so everything's fine.
And can you continue with the article? Now I have an emergency.
I don't know where we are, but I can move on to the next one.
Both the Pokemon Company and Nintendo president Shuntaro Furukawa have said that they're looking into the situation to determine whether or not Palworld infringes on any IP rights. And this comes after the survival game's success has ignited some turbulent discourse in the community around the similarities between its character designs and those which we've seen within the Pokemon
it's
franchise.
very much copy my homework, but change your answer a little so it looks different. Yes. Speaking of things that we hope are a little different, Nightingale is looking like it might be the next survival game hit. This is a VGC article by Jordan Midler. And of course, we know that the survival game genre is very, very saturated. There are so many of these games. Palworld is one of them. But previews for Nightingale are looking really, really good.
Oh, this game.
It describes itself as a Victorian gas lamp fantasy. And that is, of course, one of the things that sets the game apart. The aesthetic is different than anything you have seen. Absolutely different than anything that you have seen. And the gameplay loop, of course, is some of the familiar things. You have to figure out the controls, the world, make a bed for the night. But while you're doing that, you have something that is very unique to help guide you through the experience. You're guided by Puck, who is basically the character that he is named after from Shakespeare. He is mischievous and an unreliable narrator. And the game sets its tone well. You will soon be introduced to realm cards. These items are given to players via quests or through other in-game means, and they determine the biome in which you play. There are large portals throughout the world, and you can deposit those cards in order to generate the next world that you will visit.
Okay. We need to talk about this character creator for a second.
Oh yeah, it's really good. And the costuming is really good.
Look how good it is. The hats, Shaline. There's gotta be hats.
The hats are magnificent. And there are masks that I have seen that are also magnificent. The clothing is wonderful in this
Like, we're
game.
gonna play this, right?
Well, here's the thing. I don't really like survival games.
But
I really don't. I was very excited about Nightingale until I found out it
there's
was a
fishing.
survival game.
There's fishing.
So, like, if I
In-game
can pick it
fishing.
up cheap, then I will give it a shot with you. But I tend not to enjoy that type of gameplay. But everything else about this game looks incredibly appealing to me. Look at this guy. He's like an ogre in the lake. It's so cool.
I
So
worry
cool.
about this. I worry about. Look at this. You can have your own garden. That's it. 4 miles on board.
The
She
aesthetic
gonna
of this
be
game is
gardening.
brilliant.
She's gonna be gardening. Oh my god, you can fly with an umbrella like Mary
Mm-hmm.
Poppins.
Mm-hmm. The the vibe is immaculate, as the kids say. It just looks really cool. It's got this very Victorian explorer thing. Um, but it's like gentle colonialism because you're not actually hurting anyone.
Gentle and colonialism in the same phrase. You heard it here, folks.
I'm sorry, but look at the sunflowers. Oh, a diving bell. This is so good. It's beautiful. Okay, even though it is a survival, that is like a drake in the river. You guys, I know I don't like survival games, and I know I'm probably not gonna like this game, but I still want to play it. I still want to
Here's
play it.
here's here's my idea. I think that we should play it together so that we can play it the way we like to play it, and it doesn't
Mm-hmm.
have to be a survival. I think that you should go into Nightingale Gale in like omnipotent mode. You know, what is that? What is that
Ooh.
mode where you're like invincible?
Like baby
Creative.
mode.
Creative
Like,
mode.
yeah.
So you can
Mm-hmm.
build anything, you can do anything, you won't get killed. You can just wear hats,
Yeah.
try all the hats on.
I just want to live my Victorian explorer dream.
I mean
So
the
good.
the thing about these survival games, okay, the mechanics are still so janky.
Oh,
Like
this game is already out. It released February the 20th.
I'm going to get
I
it.
just, yes, we should. Okay. I'll
Stop the
look
show.
into it. I'll look into
Anyways,
it.
okay, well, let's just talk about that later.
Another thing that I wanted to really briefly cover, and we don't have an article for this one, but I get a ton of video game press releases, and one of them I got really excited about. It's called Wild Bastards, and Wild Bastards is the follow-up to Void Bastards, which I loved. Void Bastards was a cell-shaded roguelike situation. I believe you were playing as someone on a prison ship. But the gameplay was just really, really fun. And Wild Bastards looks like it has all that charm, but it brings it to a Wild West setting. And I don't typically like roguelike experiences either, but this one's absolutely brilliant. You can switch between different characters and use different powers and abilities. And it's just brilliant. It's so colorful and just quirky. And I want this game. I want it in my life. Wild Bastards. I can't wait. Um, I watched an extensive preview of this, and I I'm not someone who really likes long YouTube videos unless it's something podcast style, like I'm learning history or
I'm not
you
somebody
know,
who really likes long YouTube videos as
I
she's
only
making
like recording
an hour
them.
and 30-minute
Yes.
long.
But I watched like 30 minutes of Wild Bastards gameplay and
Wow,
it
you're a
looks
little
so
nerd.
good.
You're so
It looks
cute.
so
I
good.
love that.
So I'm definitely looking forward to that. Um, and our next story is about Skull and Bones.
Oh no.
Things don't look great for this game. Skull and Bones has not reached 1 million players yet, even with its free trial. This is according to a GameSpot article by Evan Campbell. And um, a new report states that Skull and Bones has seen about 850,000 players, and that includes the free trial users. There is a free trial, an 8-hour free trial available on all platforms. And yeah, that's just not a lot of players. It is still, I mean, a ton of players for many games that would be wildly successful, but for a Ubisoft title that has had this much time and money put into it, That's not great. It's not great. So I do want to tell you that people who are playing the title are putting in 3 to 4 hours a day, which is really solid engagement from the players who are playing the game. Um, Ubisoft did not have a comment. Um, Pal World, by comparison, became the second game to ever top 2 million concurrents on Steam and has a whopping 25 million overall, as we reported earlier. Um, so
I mean,
that's
okay, the game is here and it's playable on platforms. That is an achievement in and of itself,
it
Shaline.
exists. The game
The
exists.
game
We don't
exists, it's
ever have
real.
to say again that Skull and Bones has been delayed again.
Yeah.
So
So,
that's fun.
yeah, fine by me.
But yeah, indeed.
I
So
have watched some people stream it and play it. It's basically like it's Black Flag.
yeah.
It's
Well,
like,
I mean, it was begun as a Black Flag spinoff,
you know what it
basically. It
is?
was the team from Black Flag.
It's fancy Sid Meier's Pirates. That's what it is.
I mean, that's a pretty compelling argument to play the game.
I would really I is there dancing? Because in Sid Meier's Pirates, you could like waltz and there
Mm.
was dancing.
Sea of Thieves has dancing.
Sea of Thieves has dancing, but like Sid Meier's is like if you don't dance right, you're not going to get this ship kind of
Oh,
thing.
really?
Yeah. That was like the olden days Sid Meier's Pirates on like Windows
Mm-hmm.
95. Windows XP.
That's back in the day.
Yeah.
Speaking of back in the day, how long has it been since you thought about Fred Durst?
Never.
Never. Wow. It's been a minute for me too. But you know what? We're going to talk about Fred Durst today on GameStack. If that was not on your bingo card for tonight's GameStack episode, well, you're missing out, buddy. There's a Fallout New Vegas mod that was missing that is a Limp Bizkit mod that has been rediscovered. This is a Eurogamer article by Victoria Kennedy. And this mod added Limp Bizkit's frontman Fred Durst as an in-game companion. And of course, he spoke only in lyrics from the band's
That
discography.
is amazing.
Mods are amazing. I love it so much. And I watched a little bit of it and it's so funny. It's so funny. The mod did
Because if
not
you don't
spend
care,
very
then we don't care. Let's get going. Keep rolling, 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 rolling.
Oh my
Oh,
gosh.
that is so good.
Um,
Brilliant.
the
Brilliant.
mod was not on Nexus for very long when it was originally released about 7 years ago, and there was very little evidence of it left online. But now YouTuber Mickey D and Elder Scrolls fan Usagi Kola have made modding history. The Limp Bizkit mod for Fallout New Vegas has been found and restored. It's
Mm,
come rolling back to us, as you will, said
amazing.
the two modders.
Amazing.
Um, and the social media caught the attention of Fred Durst himself, who reacted to the news with um, the quote of "nice." So you can tell he's
Nice.
very excited.
Yeah.
So you can visit this Google Drive and download the mod for yourself. So visit DE Mickey MICKYD on the platform formerly known as Twitter, and you can get the link to that Google Doc.
Sweet.
It's so good. It's so good.
That's great.
It's been a while since we've reported on a zany Fallout mod, and I needed that in my life. Just that brought me joy, friends. That brought me joy.
What else have you got up your sleeve?
There was a Nintendo Direct this week, and we are going to scroll through this. We're going to go through it pretty quickly because there's nothing that I want to really deep dive into today.
Okay.
But of course, we don't want to leave our Nintendo fans hanging. So, of course, an announcement was the fact that Grounded and Pentiment are coming to the Switch, as we discussed earlier. And they have announced Ender Magnolia, Bloom in the Mist, coming summer of 2024. This is set in the world of Ender Lilies, Quietus of the Night, which is kind of an old style top-down RPG. So that looks pretty fun. Arranger, a role puzzling adventure, is coming in summer of 2024, which is a puzzle adventure game. And Unicorn Overlord gets a demo that is Vanillaware's game, and you can play it ahead of its March 8 release. I'm really interested in seeing what Unicorn Overlord is. I feel like this is exactly the kind of game that I would like to play.
Unicorn Overlord.
Is
Yeah.
that what we're watching now? Or
Like, I feel like if you came back
Mhm.
reincarnated.
I would come back as a Unicorn Overlord?
Yep.
Yeah,
Probably. Yeah.
absolutely. That was a unicorn in battle armor. So
Well, I mean,
I'm a
there you
fan
go.
of that.
There you go.
Mm-hmm. Yes. Monster Hunter Stories will be coming in summer of 2024. Disney Epic Mickey Rebrushed will be coming in 2024. 2011's Epic Mickey was a very popular and well spoken of game, and it is getting the remake feature, so can check that out. Shin Megami Tensei 5 Vengeance will be coming on June 21st. Star Wars Battlefront Classic Collection on March 14th. Sword Art Online Fractured Daydream will be coming in 2024. I know there's a lot of Sword Art fans out there. Gundam Breaker 4 in 2024, in which you build your own Gundam, blow up other mechs, take their parts for your own, and repeat. Super Monkey Ball Banana Rumble on June 25th. These Super Monkey Ball games
Cute.
are always a fun time.
That's
Look
cute.
at how fun that is. It's so cute. I hope it uses the Switch's tilt feature. I feel like that would be just a good time
Mm-hmm.
to be using the tilt feature. World of Goo 2 will be a console exclusive on May 23rd to the Switch. And Fantasy Life I, The Girl Who Steals Time, is the next installment of the Fantasy Life series. Another Crab's Treasure will be coming out on April 25th. As a hermit crab who's lost its shell, you're on an adventure to reclaim
I
it.
love this.
This involves using any piece of trash in a polluted ocean as a temporary shell, each with different abilities to defend or
Look at him.
attack
He's wearing a
underwater
banana.
threats. He absolutely
I
was.
can't
This is
handle. Look
so
at him in his
cute.
little pop can. Oh
Cute.
my gosh. Look at this
This
lone
is
shark.
stinking
The lone
adorable.
shark. I bet you, I think I know what
And
the lone
stole
shark
his shell.
does.
So now he's in a little coffee cup. Oh, and a little cardboard box.
I think I need to play this.
This reminds me of the post-apocalyptic Kirby game where you got different abilities. What was that called? I don't remember. Um, ooh, look at that crab with the tiara.
Crab Queen.
She's fabulous.
Look at this guy with the sushi
Ooh,
mats for
boss
arms.
fight.
That's so cute.
This looks so good.
I want to play this. You know what? It's kind of it's like Stray for the ocean.
Yeah, a bit, yeah. Is that a little crab fork that he was using as a combat?
Yep. Available April
Wow.
25th.
I want to play this game. This is so cute. Penny's Big Breakaway is a 3D platformer from the makers of Sonic Mania. And Suika Game multiplayer mode expansion is a fruit matching game that has gotten a paid DLC. Pepper Grinder will be coming out on March 28th. This is a drill-centric platformer.
Pepper Grinder? Are you just like a pepper mill?
It looks like
Is that what that is?
you are drilling through the world. I don't know
Cute.
why it's called Pepper Grinder, but
Cute.
that's what it is.
Okay.
Pocket Card Jockey : Ride On exclamation point. The formerly iOS exclusive sequel to Pocket Card Jockey will be coming to a Nintendo console now. And Contra Operation Galuga will be launching on March the 12th. This is a modern reimagining of the original NES Contra.
Okay.
It will feature 6 playable characters. It looks fantastic. If you like Contra style games, then this is for you. I mean, I used to love this stuff back in the
Yeah.
day. It's
Yeah.
been a minute since I've played. Pentiment is what you're looking at on the screen now, and I think Pentiment is going to be such a good fit for the Switch. I
Why is
think I'm
that?
going to play it. It's a visual style game. It's a story driven game, and I just feel like holding it in your hands like you're looking at an illuminated manuscript is going to be a good way to play it. I really
Okay.
do.
Yeah.
Yeah. Endless Ocean Luminous will be out on May the
Oops.
2nd. And there are a couple of other things. Snufkin Melody of Moomin Valley on March the 7th. Demon Slayer Kimetsu no Yaiba Sweep the Board on April 26th. And Kingdom Come Deliverance Royal Edition on March 15th. Kingdom Come was a fantastic little game. It was really it was a pretty hardcore RPG title where you were basically building yourself up from nothing, just being a blacksmith and having to learn to read if you wanted to use the books you found and having to learn combat slowly. And it was really interesting. I watched Archon play it, so it was a good time.
Hmm.
And that is it for the Nintendo Direct.
Well, thank you to Nintendo for putting their Nintendo Direct showcase entirely on YouTube so we could switch through all the B-roll very conveniently. Yes, good.
The final thing that I want to cover very briefly is that if you have Disney Plus, you can check out Hideo Kojima Connecting Worlds, which is a Death Stranding documentary. So, of course, we've talked a bit about Death Stranding on this show before, but this film will explore the creative process behind Hideo Kojima launching his independent studio up to the completion of Death Stranding. And this was announced last year, and now you can stream it on Disney Plus. So,
Really? I'm gonna
mhm,
watch it. I'm gonna watch it.
yes, it is available now on Disney Plus.
Cool.
And Kojima is a fascinating game developer. He just doesn't operate the same way that other humans do, you know. He thinks
Yeah,
differently.
I equate him to Steve Jobs.
I feel like that's fair.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. Like
But
he's an innovator and he thinks outside the box.
I'm always fascinated by his process, by what inspires him. Um, and I definitely want to watch this documentary as well. So I encourage you all to check that out. And that is the news.
Wow. You just ended just like that, hey? Just
Sure did.
rip that
Yeah, we're all
band-aid
done.
off.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Let's talk about some stocks. Bless you.
Thank you.
As always, these prices are in comparison to our previous episode of GameStack Podcast. If you would like to listen to that, you can navigate to any of your various podcast platforms and find episode 174, Happy Birthday Vendor. Sony closed out at $87.91, down 93 cents. Microsoft up $6.28 at $410.34. Nintendo at $13.96, down 34 cents. Take-Two down $2.37 at $151.01. EA holding strong, up just 31 cents at 142.59. Tencent up just 4 cents at 36.95. And Roblox Corp closed out the week down $1.45 at 41.46. That is our stocks for the week. Do we have any mail, Shaline?
You've got mail.
Let's go check. Okay, we do. We've got
Come
a
on,
mail.
everyone, over to the mailbox.
RT's at 13 writes, "This is it. This is the year when finally the game is releasing. Remake of the beloved favorite, brand new title of your favorite series, adaptation of your favorite book. The minimum specs are a bit tough though, so you're upgrading your rig, getting a new console, no matter what. What is your game that you would do this for?" And a couple of community responses. Frankles Kanina says the next Deus Ex, new rig, week off work, etc. And Vodka Knockers says the Star Wars Knights of the Old Republic remake that was announced several years ago before getting delayed indefinitely a few months ago. My original plan was to get a PS5 for that specifically. RIP. We are very sorry, Bod. For me, that game would of course be the next title in the Fallout series. I feel like that's obvious to anybody who has spent any amount of time listening to me talk about video games.
For me, I think it would be, if I could choose and it would happen this year guaranteed, it would be GTA 6. Yeah.
Really
Yeah.
fun.
Yeah, I want
I'm
GTA
looking
6.
forward to it. I think it might be fantastic.
Mm-hmm. There's not a single GTA game that I didn't like. Everyone has a special place in my life.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Now I want to know: have you played Chinatown Wars?
Mm-hmm.
Chinatown Wars is one of my favorite GTAs. I've spent
I
so much time playing Chinatown
The only
Wars.
GTA I haven't played is GTA 1, like the original.
Yes.
I have played GTA 2 though. That was damn good.
Really?
Yes.
And that was still one of the top downs.
It's top down isometric. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's good.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Fantastic.
The vans were my favorite.
Nice.
God, I spent so much time in that game sitting at red lights. Because if you're like me, which most people aren't, you don't play GTA like you're stealing a vehicle. You play GTA like you're a member of society. A responsible member of society.
I love it.
Abiding by all of the traffic laws.
So
that
good.
was when I really started my career in sim games. Was in GTA 2.
That is really, really funny. Really funny. We have a couple of mail stack answers happening in the chat. Tim Twig says, I did it for Doom Eternal. Boom.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Sulior says KOTOR remake is a great choice. Brock says mine would be Jade Empire. I'd give anything to play a remaster of that.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I would also like a new title for Red Dead Redemption.
Yeah, that would be great.
Yeah, I think it's time for that.
So, vendor, if you wanted to submit a mail stack question or comment, just like RTZ did, how would you do it?
So go to our twitch.tv/we just love games page. Navigate to our About section, and there is a Discord logo. If you click on that, it brings you right into our Discord. And before going to the Mailstack channel, drop by the lobby and say hello to everyone, introduce yourself. Then head over to the Mailstack channel and post your mail. That is if you're new. If you're already in the Discord, just go to the Mailstack channel. Don't say hi in the... Well, I mean, you can say hi in the lobby, but we know who you are. We know who you are. We know where you live. Just kidding. Just kidding. Just kidding. We just had a conversation about privacy in the Discord today.
We see you when you're sleeping. We know when you're awake.
Okay, Limp Bizkit, calm down.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah. Anyways, yeah. Send us some mail. We'd love to get mail. You know what else we also love to get, Shaline?
What?
Screenshots and stories.
Woo! This
And,
is my favorite section of this podcast.
Yeah,
I really
except
love this.
except I'm a dingus and I didn't actually cue the screenshots.
Oh dear.
There
so
we go.
You need to do something. Okay.
No, I got
did
them.
it. You're
I just didn't open the file. So
fantastic.
Okay, so of course this is not going to be in the order that I want them to be in.
I mean, is it ever?
So let me just scroll.
Oh, we get more annotated screenshots.
Oh, I'm spoiling it.
I love it.
All right. So this is a screenshot. They're mixed up. I need to figure out a better way to do this. This is from Frankie. It is a screenshot, and she says, "We got the clear, and now I can walk around with the title Voice of Reason." And it's an achievement unlocked. It says Asylum Sanctorium Vanquisher. And I guess she gets the title of Voice of Reason.
Nice.
Yeah. Don't entirely
So
know.
somebody, I just want to comment that somebody she was playing with had the gamer tag of Fenris Hawk, and I see you, Dragon Age 2, and I see you.
So this is a GameStack challenge photo, And this week for GameStack's challenge, we asked listeners to send in their screenshots and stories about an in-game video headache for you, because Shaline and I both had headaches last Friday, and that was the thing. So Frankie sent this one in. She says, Elder Scrolls Online, surprise, surprise. I have two that come immediately to mind. And the first one is an annotated screenshot. Let me just tell you, you guys are really stepping up your screenshot game with the annotated screenshots. I am very impressed. Yes. She says this is the Tamriel map area, Malabor Tor, the hole. It's actually Malabor Tor : the hole. We call it the hole because those of us who frequently run around collecting surveys, a map to a specific place where you can get one-time extra crafting ingredients, have often fallen into the hole on our way to the blacksmithing survey.
Ooh.
The hole is inconveniently located in a shortcut to the survey map location, and if you're careless, you fall in and cannot get out unless you port out to the way shrine. It happens so often, and we have some sort of weird hive mind where everyone I meet who discusses this knows exactly where and what Malabor Tor hole is.
That is amazing.
So she gave us this screenshot of her on her animal, and she has this annotation of a arrow, and it says the hole.
I love it. I love it
good.
so much.
Yeah. And then she also posted this follow-up shot.
Oh, of her in the hole.
Tamriel NPC quest giver Stuga, prior to upgrade 40, she would harass you in every... Oh, wait, this is the hole. Sorry. This is her next photo. Prior to update 40, she would harass you in every bloody main city in Tamriel. Do you know how long I've been looking for you? Every time I pass her for 4 years. It would elicit a solo voice, and there's some profanities in the chat on characters where I wasn't ready for the quest line yet. She would chase you down across the damn city. She transcended to a meme. First pick is her in game. Now post update 40 stationary, not bothering you, just hanging out.
Nice.
And yeah, it's a picture of her standing by Stuga. You there, a moment. the dialogue reads. And then the next picture is Stuga. It says, do you know how long I've been looking for you? With the options, you're looking for me or goodbye.
Goodbye, Stuga.
Then we have this beautiful screenshot from Vexinator. Behold the Cathedral of Sacred Blood from Code Vein. A maze of bone white paths and drops in Souls-like game with only one actual way through.
Code Vein sure is pretty. I don't know anything about it. I've never played it. But they've posted screenshots in the past, and it sure is a neat looking game.
So their video game headache is obviously traversing the convoluted path through the
It does look like
Cathedral of Sacred Blood. This wonderful screenshot from Nightingale. This is from Satyr. It is a shot from Nightingale, but the message in the center applies to so many games.
It does.
And the caption is, you are weighed down by your inventory. That is definitely a video game headache.
Been there.
I like the umbrella. Apparently Nightingale is like big on umbrellas, hey, I think.
I'm a fan. I mean, who doesn't like a nice parasol?
And then this great shot from Suliore. Anyone who has played Morrowind knows about cliff racers. While not difficult enemies, they show up incessantly and sometimes even 5 at a time. And it is a picture of the cliffhanger, presumably flying overhead. There's some tops of trees and things there. And then also this photo of the cliffhanger on the side of the cliff. And I love it. It's great. Cliff racer, not cliffhanger. That comes at the end. Next photo. This is glorious. I love this. This is from VOD. And this is a shot from Doom Eternal. He says, my single biggest in-game headache, the Marauder from Doom Eternal.
This is a scary dude.
This Sob is arguably the most dangerous enemy in the game, even though it may not be the largest. Fast, tough, and well-armed, they're essentially the evil version of Doom Guy. They're a reoccurring mini-boss that can only be damaged during an extremely small window of opportunity every few moments. They wield a large energy axe, the same super shotgun as Doomguy, and can call a ghostly wolf to chase and harass players. I can imagine fighting them. I can imagine fighting them fine now, though it's a miracle I didn't smash my controller several times over during those first few times. I believe the devs eventually patched them since the window to damage was just too tight at launch, and they were flooded with player complaints. Tim Twig could probably confirm. It's a great screenshot. Look at the graphics on that. It's awesome. Okay, and then we have this submission, and it's it's from RTZ, and he said, "When you find a great looking game, but it's free to play." And it's a van in the dark of night, and on the side of this dilapidated van, it says free candy.
I mean, the candy's free. What could go wrong? Right?
It's terrible.
Free.
It's terrible. And this was my current video game headache. And it is a screenshot from Breath of the Wild, and it is the little message when you get a Korok seed. I am, as many of you know, going through the process of the Korok seeds in Breath of the Wild. There's 900 of them. I admire
your persistence.
And as you can see in the top right corner, I am at 565 Korok seeds.
So impressed. So impressed.
So, I have 5 other regions of the map to get through. Yeah, I've already done, I think, 9 regions. So
that's pretty impressive. Yeah, I didn't post a screenshot, but I did throw some text in the channel. My video game headache that I wanted to go with is the invisible sword wielding elites from the Halo series. Specifically when you're playing legendary solo, those guys are so hard, and they're fast, and they're scary, and they kill you so fast. And those guys specifically are probably the reason why I've never gotten a solo legendary achievement in any Halo game.
Now on to our screenshots, because those were our stack challenge photos. Taz sent this one in. He said, I found these on Tuesday at the store, though it's that time of year, and they are Fosnot Danishes. The actual.
They look delicious.
They do. Also, this screenshot from WJLG Ranch and Vineyard. He said he responded to a car accident near the ranch as a local volunteer firefighter. And if you recall, last week he was rescuing kittens out of trees.
I love Taz's continuing chronicles of WJLG Ranch and Vineyards.
This time it looks like it's like a Volkswagen. And it's like all smashed up in the front, and there's somebody in the driver's seat, I think. Yeah. Looks like they hit like a light post. Although, if anybody who's played Farm Sim knows, those pylons are just as solid as a light post. So it's possible she ran into the pylon traffic cone. And then this one, the SS GameStack 2 made an emergency landing in Triton, and repairs and outpost building has begun. And there's a picture of a ship, the SS GameStack, and a big station with turbines and things. Looks very busy.
Yeah.
We also have this screenshot from Zephyr. And it is his character in World of Warcraft. He says, my luck continues a little over a week after collecting Thunder Fury. And Thunder Fury is basically a lava hammer, looks like, with spikes.
Beautiful.
Yeah, like it. Lava hammers for the win. And this one is so great, Shaline. This one wins this week. This is Frankie's screenshot. She has 4 screenshots in a single screenshot. She's obviously doing it right. But yeah, I think
she also won a contest with these screenshots. I believe.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Yeah. She said she was awarded 2nd place. And these are screenshots from Elder Scrolls. And if you recall, these were actually in our episode last week of her garden.
Mm-hmm.
So there in the bottom right there, her greenhouse is there, and then she's got, her little fairy garden and stuff like that. It looks really good. Yeah.
Yeah.
I remember we had remarked on that. And then this screenshot is from me. This is in Deep Rock Galactic. And in the lobby in Deep Rock Galactic, they have an Employee of the Month board. And I thought it was so clever that the devs for DRG put Red Dead Redemption 2 as the Employee of the Month, because they were the one that won the award for, what was it? It was like best upkeep or something of the game or something.
Okay.
Yeah, best continued content, and it was DRG, Red Dead Redemption, and a couple others.
Okay, so they were nominated in the same category in Red Dead
Yeah.
1. So this is their little nod to their
Yeah.
that's
Yeah.
really cute.
Yeah.
That's good.
Yeah. And there's a caption with it that says, "Secretly knows what the error cube is for, won't tell anyone." And the error cube, if you don't know, is a very rare item that you can find while you're mining in Deep Rock Galactic, and nobody knows what it's for. There's no purpose.
Except for Red Dead Redemption 2, obviously.
Which is probably why they're Employee of the Month.
Mm-hmm.
And then we have a couple great screenshots from you, Shaline. Explain this to the people.
Yes. So this screenshot is a cat, a little white cat, riding on the head of a dragon through a Japanese landscape with a very spooky merman in the back of the river. This is from a game called Cat and Ghostly Path, I think. Cat and Ghostly Trail. What was this game called? Cat and Ghostly Road is what this game is called. And yeah, it's got amazing art. In this screenshot, the cat is sitting in a pearl tree, which I don't think that is how pearls work. But it made for a beautiful screenshot.
I love it. Can you imagine if there was pearl trees? Pearls wouldn't be as expensive.
I want to grow a pearl tree. And here he is sitting at the edge of a dragon's hoard of gold coins. Next to some skeletons. He's very unbothered by these skeletons.
I love it.
This cat is so chill.
Yeah, the cat
is so chill.
Cats are usually... Explain this little pouch that he's wearing around his neck.
That's just his inventory. See in the top right corner, there's the red pouch.
That's so cute.
That is how you interact with the inventory, and he's just wearing it around his neck like it's his little inventory. And in this one, he's in a land that looks like autumn. There are red maple leaves falling from the maple tree, and he's next to a beautiful stone shrine. So I'll tell you some more about this game when we get into our gameplay.
So cute. Okay, and then I think we have one or two more. This one is from Frankie. We got the clear, she says, and now I can walk around with the title Voice of Reason.
Voice of Reason.
And
I feel like if anybody deserves that title, it's Frankie.
Yeah. And there is an extra screenshot from Alex, but it didn't make it in time to the show, so we'll post that next week.
We'll get that next time.
Yeah. But that is screenshots and stories and our GameStack challenge. How can people post the Stack challenge and screenshots?
You can post by joining our Discord server, and once there, you can visit either the GameStack Challenge channel or the Screenshots and Stories channel to post your respective screenshots. And GameStack Challenge is our weekly challenge, which I don't think we came up with one this week. And Screenshots and Stories is for basically anything that you want to share from your recent gameplay. And I think that your shenanigans are often very, very fun. I really enjoy going through them and discussing them on the show, so please share them.
Yeah.
Do you have any ideas for a GameStack challenge, Thunder? Do you have anything? Let me think. What's coming up? How about travel?
Yeah, I'm traveling on Monday.
Again, why don't you post your favorite method of video game travel?
Well, I mean, most people it would be like fast travel, probably.
I mean, yeah, but post a screenshot from a game that has a fast travel mechanic that you enjoy, or
transportation. What is your mode of transportation?
some form of like um each game has a different lore around how fast travel works. Which one makes you giggle, or which one appeals to you?
Yeah, because
Or
if you think about it, Shalene, I'm technically fast traveling
mhm. Or
to.
is there a particular vehicle or conveyance or mount in a video game that brings you joy? Share that with us as your GameStack challenge.
Okay. So, um, yeah. All right. Let's talk about our gameplay. We always save the best for last. So I have been playing Citizen Sleeper. By recommendation of Jessica Starr, and it is so good. There is this dad and his little girl, and they're on this space station with us, and I would do anything for this little girl, Shaline. She is so cute. Her name is Mina, and she's adorable, and she has a little bunny rabbit, stuffy bunny rabbit dude. And I'm a robot in Citizen Sleeper. And
also in real life,
I would kill everybody on this space station just to save her. Yes.
Oh.
Yes, she's adorable. The game is very good. I haven't had time to play it this week because it's been really crazy, but I'm hoping to hop into it a little bit before I leave on Monday. I've also been playing Zelda. As you know, I'm making my way through the Korok seeds. This is in Breath of the Wild. I am at 565 Korok seeds. I'm currently making my way through the Helda mountain range, Hebra mountain range, which you know is quite tough. I gotta say, there are some nuances and tough spots for all the Korok seeds in all these regions. The worst was Central Hyrule Castle.
Oh yeah,
because you got to go into the castle, and the map for the castle is absolutely terrible. That was the hard, and you got to fight all those dudes.
And the enemies are tough there.
Yeah. But everything else by comparison, I would say the snowy region and probably the Gerudo Wasteland was the hardest because the sand and the snow slow you down. So it takes you a lot longer to get around, and there isn't a lot of shrines that you can fast travel to like quicken your jump. So the mountains are nice to do Korok seeds in because you can climb a mountain and then you just coast down to the next Korok seed, right? So but there is this one Korok seed in the Hateno region that I can't get because I accidentally shot the wrong apple on an apple tree.
Oh, no.
And now I have to wait for the apple trees to reset.
To respawn, yeah.
And it's been like taking forever, and I just keep checking it and checking
it. You need
a
blood
moon. So annoying.
It'll reset at the blood moon. Yeah, don't keep checking. Just wait for the blood moon.
The other Korok seed that I had to do... Okay, so I discovered shield surfing.
Yes! Shield surfing is so much fun. I became completely unhinged. I hate
it. I hate it.
I hate love shield it, though. Surfing. I love it.
When you need to get a Korok seed, it's terrible. When it's like a time trial and that little loop circle thing is counting down and you've got to get to the bottom of the hill on this makeshift sled that has no steering capability whatsoever. And then if you miss the circle, Shaline, you're at the bottom of the hill and you've got to climb all the way back to the top. And when you do that like 12 times to get one Korok seed, it gets a little bit tiring.
And doesn't it affect your shield durability too?
Probably. I don't know.
I mean,
I was doing the shield surfing and all I could think of was that scene in National Lampoon's Christmas where Chevy Chase is putting the non-nutritive cereal varnish on the bottom of his saucer.
Oh my goodness.
Because the shield is like literally a metal saucer, right? So good. Yeah. The Korok seeds are going to kill me, you guys. 565, which means I have how many left?
335 to go.
335 to go.
Or is it 235?
235.
Because there are 900?
Wait. Yeah.
So it's 235.
335.
335. No, 200. 235. That's how math works.
900
right?
minus 565. 335, Shaline.
Okay.
It's Friday.
Math was never my strongest subject.
Which is funny because you deal with finances
all the
for your
time.
job.
$1 million plus budgets all the time. All the time. I double check myself a lot at work. Like a lot, a lot.
Anyways, so Zelda's been a great lot of fun. I'm still only 73.135% done of this game.
Wow.
So like when I'm done the Korok seeds, where am I gonna be? You know?
I don't know. I wonder what else you have left to do.
I know with certainty that there's
You may as
probably
well go for 100% completion if you're doing this 100 all the Korok seeds.
right. I know for certain that there's probably a lot of side quests that I have to do at the stables.
Mm. And how are you doing on the pictures? Have you filled out the picture album?
The compendium, no, I still got to do the compendium.
I mean, like Zelda's picture album.
Oh yeah, I've done that.
Okay.
Yeah, did that. Yeah, because I had to do that as part of the main storyline. So, and I did the final boss. I did Ganon already, right? So I'm just cleaning up everything. But you know, I gotta say, doing the Korok seeds is really nice because it forces you to explore all of the map, and so I am seeing things for the first time, right? And noticing things that I've never seen before, even though I've probably flew over it or fast traveled by it and not even noticed. So I've also been playing Animal Crossing, of course. This is my morning routine. I have coffee with Brewster, and it's really nice. I have broken ground on my new entrance to my island, so I'm excited for you to see it. I have staged it in such a way so that it looks like it's under construction, and I'm just going to leave that for now.
That's pretty fun.
Yeah, I want to think about it. It's a slow game, right? I don't know if you've discovered this, but I discovered today when I was in the museum, because I finally got a non-fraudulent piece of art from Red yesterday. There is a square in the art part of the museum where if you stand on it, it changes the camera view in the art museum. It tilts it, which I think is pretty freaking awesome.
It's neat.
I was trying that out, and I was thinking to myself, I wonder how many other people have discovered that. Probably not a lot, but yeah. And I also gave Apple a strawberry hat, and it looks adorable on her, because you know how her tiny little ears, it shrinks all the hats so that it fits in between her ears. Well, she had this little
So it's
strawberry
like
hat.
strawberry sized.
Yeah, it's so cute. It's so cute. She's so stupidly adorable.
Apple's the sweetest.
She's so cute. Yeah. What else happened that was super funny? I gave Soleil a red fridge because I'm trying to get her picture. So I'm giving her like super high priced items. I think the next thing I'm just going to give her is like a stack of gold bars.
So is that a good way to get them to give you a photo, is to give them expensive things?
That is my theory, because that's how I got all my
I
other
struggle
photos.
to get photos. I only have a couple. I struggle to get the photos.
You've got to give them a high priced item that is like in the color of the things that they like.
Right.
So like Apple likes things that are pink and red, I think it is.
Yeah, so does Flurry.
And Soleil also likes red things. So I gave her this giant red double door fridge.
That's great. Really
I wonder
funny.
if she's going to have it in her house. Yeah. Anyways, that's my gameplay. What have you been up to?
Well, I've played a little bit of Fallout 76. It is Flashnaut season, so there's a new set of masks out there. I've gotten the Scorch Beast mask and the Scorch Beast Queen mask, which is really cute because it has a little crown on it. So it's just the same as the Scorch Beast mask, except it has little crown.
That makes all the difference.
Adorable. And I enjoy Flashnaut. I always like it when it comes around. But I haven't done too much PC gaming because my PC is shutting down on me. It's just, it's not healthy. It's barely chugging along. So I've only played a little bit of Flashnaut. And I haven't done all that much gaming for the last few months. And I feel badly about that. I want more video games in my life. And I got to thinking about it. And I thought, you know what? I think a good way to work my way back into the habit of playing games regularly would be to jump on some smaller titles
Yep.
and
Agree.
make room for smaller things
Mhm.
and see where we go from there. And of course, I do get a ton of indie games offered to me on um, via email by their developers. And Cat and Ghostly Road was one of those. So I received the key for free from the developer. I think it doesn't come out for another couple weeks, and it will be available on all platforms. And um, the reason that I chose to start with this one was the art. It is a beautiful, beautiful game. Um, this game is a point and click adventure, and that's um I'm not sure that the Switch controls are the best way to play this game. I'm playing it on Switch. I think it would be much better on PC,
Hmm.
much more intuitive on PC. Um, and um, Sometimes the puzzles are really obtuse, but really that's what you're signing up for when you're playing a point and click adventure game. This is very much an old style point and click adventure game. And you play as a cat. This is the probably the second best cat protagonist game that I have played. Uh
What was the first? Stray?
Stray.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay.
So you play as this little white cat, and as the game opens, your little cat is just like staggering through a blizzard, just a terrible snowstorm. He's exhausted, he can go no further and collapses. And he happens to collapse near a home, and the homeowner comes out and is like, "Oh no, like let me save you, little kitty," and takes him inside. And this man is an artist, and it's like old Japanese style artwork, and it's set in a very a version of mythological Japan, where the world is full of demons and ghosts and different kinds of things. And in the beginning, this demon just busts into this house and snatches the artist's soul. And so your cat protagonist is like, "Ah, hell nah, you did not do that. This man saved my life, and now I'm gonna save his." And so your little cat launches off on a quest to find this demon and get the artist's soul back, which is very cute. And you meet all kinds of wondrous creatures like the dragon that I assisted, and in turn he helped guide me across the river. And there were the scary mermaids, and there have been some scary ghosts. And I recently met a cat lady who was like a humanoid cat, and she gave me a mask, and now I can also transform into a humanoid cat, which is fun. And it's been a good time. It's been really neat. There's a god in heaven who wants me to get him a phoenix feather. So I'm on a quest for a phoenix feather right now, trying to find that.
Okay.
And doing all this stuff as a little white cat has been a good time. So I've enjoyed the game. I wouldn't say it's an outstanding title. You need to know what you're signing up for. It's a clunky old school point and click adventure, but the art is beautiful, and seeing each new environment and the art style has been adequate reward for going through the rest of it. So
Cool.
yeah, Cat and Ghostly Road.
So you're done playing it now?
I haven't finished it yet.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Mm-mm,
Okay.
no.
That's cute. Yeah, I think that you've made a good choice to hop into some smaller games.
Yeah.
Because it's these big games and these games that have like a service based model. They take a lot of our time, and I think one of the things about video games that we often miss is that feeling of finishing one, right?
Absolutely.
And when it's a games as a service, we never have that opportunity to have that feeling of finishing a game. So this is
Yeah.
why I'm 100%ing Zelda. It's like the
That's
first time I've
neat.
attempted to 100% a game since
It's been a long time.
Red Dead Redemption.
It was something I was discussing with Archin how I was feeling about video games and my own gaming habits and such. And he pointed out something that made a lot of sense to me. In the time period where I was, 100%ing all these huge RPGs and just I would sink like 9 hours at a stretch into a video game. Um, During that time, I was working at a job that was largely a lot of physical and dealing with customers, up, running around, doing stuff. And now I have a very different job where I'm sedentary and I'm looking at a screen for like 9 hours.
Yeah.
So it's a little harder to come home and look at a screen for several more hours.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, it's good to have that
that's
balance, right?
mm-hmm.
Yeah. I feel the
Yeah.
same way. I feel the same way.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah, it's good though. And it's nice to see you coming back into games because there was a few months there where you were on a book stint.
To work that back into my life.
Yeah, yeah. So, I'm excited. I'm excited
Yeah.
to see what other games you're going to play. You should add Citizen
I'll
Sleeper to your list.
probably
I think you'd like
be
it.
more on the Switch and the Xbox for a while because this PC, like it won't run anything for very long before it blue screens.
Mm-hmm,
I'm
mm-hmm.
lucky that it still lets me do the podcast.
Well, I mean, it probably lets you do it because you're just on a Zoom call,
Yeah,
and
I'm not using.
I'm running
Mhm.
everything else on my end. So,
Yeah,
uh,
so
thank goodness for that. Hey.
right.
Hmm.
But that's it.
Anyways, that is your gameplay.
That's it. Mm-hmm.
Well, don't forget, boys and girls. Next week on Friday, I will be coming live to you from California. I will be in California for the next 3 shows of GameStack. So it is possible that I will not be available for the first week of March, but I will keep you posted, Shaline.
Okay.
Yeah, it's going to be difficult because next week we're at the house, but then the week after we're in Palm Springs for the tennis. For
Okay.
the BNP Paribas Open, which I'm really
Just let
excited
me
about.
know as soon as you know,
So,
and we can see if we're gonna take the week off or if I want to get
yeah, it might be
somebody to pinch hit
yeah.
or
If anything, it'll be from my laptop and grainy and
which is
terrible.
totally acceptable.
Yeah. Yes. Anyways, that is a show. We are sponsored by Oak and Crow Coffee. If you head on over to oakandcrow.com, you can pick up a bag of We Just Love Coffee blend. $2 from every purchase of that bag goes to the Children's Miracle Network. Don't forget to send us some mail in the Mail Stack channel. Find us on Twitter at We Just Love Games, Shaline at Shaline L, myself at Vendertron N, Facebook.com/We Just Love Games, Facebook.com/group/We Just Love Games. We're also on Discord or Chat After Dark. You can navigate to our Twitch About section and find the link for the Discord. We record the show live every Friday, 6:30 p.m. Mountain Standard Time, right here on twitch.tv/We Just Love Games. If you missed the show, don't worry. We're also on iTunes, YouTube, iHeart, Apple, and Spotify. Please like, subscribe, and review the show, and we will shout you out. Thank you all for listening. And Shaline, what is your last word?
Merry Foshnot. Happy Foshnot. Hooray!
Good night, all.